bounce the ball just over St Kilda's left half. And again. St Kilda still in attack, have the ball on their left half forward line. Goodingham, who's been a great ruckman, gets hold of the ball, boots it straight out of play on the ball, and that was badly done. All foolishly done, and Stewie Trott will again come in to take the free kick with Carlton right over the mark. And Trott will no doubt put this right into the goal square if he can. He's got the breeze behind him. There's the kick on his way. Carlton right over the mark. Breen goes for it, but a beautiful mark taken in defence by North Melbourne's Farron. And it was beautifully done. Always gone on with play. Could be in trouble. Gets his boot to the ball. In comes Trott from behind. Punches the ball away. Alan Davis comes to it. Davis will try and get round. He can't. Rantel spurls him beautifully. It's picked up here by St Kilda. They get the ball to Stewie Trott. He lines up the goal. He's offline with it though. This could go out on the full. I'll wait and see. It did. And it'll be a free kick to North Melbourne. And St Kilda, with a wonderful opportunity to score again, have given North the chance to get out of trouble. This will be Gumbleton to clear the ball away.
2 goals the difference. North Melbourne in front, looking for Kekovich. Kekovich the big leap, but not successful. Reynolds behind him. Reynolds kicks it down into the crowd, well into the crowd, deep into them, and it will be kicked in. The free kick, of course, will go to North Melbourne. Pagan looking for it, number 17. It is to be his. It's David Dench who trundles the ball across to him. Pagan downfield. Keith Grigg brilliantly in front and a fine mark. He's in the centre of the ground now against Theodore, and he's made a difference too, because Theodore had been a dominant player there. Redenbach opened there at the start of the game. He's off the field now. Out it goes to Ryan and Lawrence. Ryan's had the leap on Lawrence in the last half. Here's a chance now for a kick off the ground by Reynolds. Straight out to Big Goodingham. He gets his left foot to it and cleverly out to Peterson. Peterson, an awkward one. Judson trapples it. And then here's that ugly pack on top of it. And young Rob Peterson, a 5th-year medical student, looking very bedraggled, but been a very good player and has kicked 2 wonderful goals. Goodingham beaten for that one, taken by Manzi. Manzi across where Kekovich doesn't look like it, picked up by Theodore. Theodore tries a short one to Breen, it's not well directed, a chance for Elliott. Elliott will be met and takes it beautifully. Won't give up. Free kick to him. Elliott also a very capable player. He's kicked 2 fine goals. One was a magnificent goal. Carlton on the mark. Elliott's long kick downfield looking for Galt. Oh, good mark in front by Davis. They all misjudged it, and it was the skill and anticipation of Alan Davis that took it well in front of the pack and has a chance now to bring St Kilda within 1 goal. He's kicked 2. Alan Davis would be St Kilda's most brilliant player for the season. Comes in and shoots for goal and kicks it very well. Goal number 3 to Davis. And the match really comes alive again as St Kilda have the breeze and they trail by 1 goal only.
At the halfway mark of the last quarter. Well, what a thriller this is. It's a do-or-die struggle for both sides. The loser will miss out on the finals. The winners will have a big chance of going in. The crowd right on its toes, and a very big crowd here too to see this game between North and St Kilda. Can North hold on and get into the finals for the first time for some, 16, 18 years? Back on the centre. Chance here for St Kilda as the ball's grabbed by Stevens. He sends it forward and now taken deliberately by Young. What a creative player he is. And Young could put it through from there. There he is, trying to get round. Oh, the man was over the mark who came across him, and umpire Sutcliffe missed it altogether as North Melbourne get the ball away to Greg. Greg, you can be in trouble here from Perovic. He's getting right away from it. It's coming out close to the boundary line. It could be out in the full. It is, and that wasn't well done by North Melbourne, and gives the free to St Kilda. It'll be taken here by Moran. St Kilda with a chance to go into attack again. There's a long penetrating kick towards Breen. He flies, and look at the mark. What a screamer. He's the best one-grab mark I've seen for a long, long time, is Barry Breen. The 25-year-old Breen, married, and I think he married a Miss Mumba queen at one time, and if Breen can put it through, the scores will be level. It's on its way, he's missed, it's offline, and through for behind to the Saints. A goal there would have made the scores level. There's now only 5 points the difference, and this has developed into a real screamer.
Yes, that was a beautiful mark. Breen's kicked 2 goals, 3 is his own personal tally. He's been a spectacular centre-half forward. At times he's floated out of the game. Rantel's not kicked in well. picked up by Barry Davis. Gary Farrant had been a very good player despite his opponent Young. Down it goes over Ryan's head and Lawrence recovers better. Lawrence goes streaming out in front of him. He'll turn and balk out of trouble, which he does perfectly. Then kicks it beautifully to Minot. Minot takes the mark. Mark number 6 to Brian Minot. Minot downfield. Theodore. He's up. He's on his wrong foot, gets onto his left foot, shoots for goal and kicks it badly, one behind, 4 points the difference, 17 minutes have gone to the final term, and there's a Kilda player on the ground, and it's Barry Green, and really feeling it.
Well, what a terrific finish this is developing into. North Melbourne appear to have it sewn up about the 10-minute mark of the final quarter when they're 4 goals in front. Now they only have a 4-point advantage as Rantel puts the ball into play, looking for Goodingham. He's spoilt there, but emerging with the ball is Brightus. Brightus gets it forward. Coming to it is Reynolds. Reynolds, can he get under it? He can't. It bounces awkwardly for him. He comes to it again nicely, but takes it out of play to be thrown in midfield on the outer side. 4 points the difference, and waiting to come onto the ground for North Melbourne is Footy.
From the throw-in, it's Minot in front. Minot taps it down again, taken nicely by Barry Davis, the greatest kick getter on the ground. And out goes Lawrence. Lawrence to the ground. Lawrence recovers like a cat, and it's over the line, out of bounds. Amazing agility as this quite amazing import from Tasmania, Barry Lawrence. Plays any position with great skill. Minot taps it down. Kekovic running behind the pack. Down they're going again. Free kick goes North Melbourne's way. Feltham tries a short one downfield to Davis. It's not a good one. It's out of bounds. Out of bounds. I was waiting for the umpire. I thought he was going to make him play it again. There's David Pretty running around the side, number 9. He's going to go right round to where the play is before he comes on the ground, of course. The big fellows go up again, and here's a chance now from the land. Stevens, he runs into a lot of trouble, crawling after his captain. Here comes Sammy Kekovic, but it's taken away briefly by Manzi. Manzi up wide to Perovic. Perovic goes up. He's a wonderful marker, this youngster, and takes a fine one. Perovic, recruited from the Ballarat area. He's a long kick. Green looks for the big one. Punched away brilliantly by Gumbleton. Out wide goes Grigg. An awkward bounce up. He's tackled by Green. Tackled too long, I thought. Davis comes in. Rantel beats him for it. Rantel the stronger and gets onto it with his left foot. Tries a short one. A bad one, John Rantel. Gary Collins got the chance. Looks to get a long one to Elliott. Elliott quickly onto his left foot. It's over the head of his teammates. Punched away brilliantly that time by Pagan, but it's all St Kilda through Manzi. Manzi kicks it high in the air. Underneath it, the chance is there for Brightus. He didn't go for it well.
Young's got it.
He's got it and must have been given a free kick. Free kick to Young. And what a thriller it is. 4 points the difference. And the West Australian import, who's an interstate footballer, an interstate cricketer, has got the chance to write his name down in St Kilda's history at this stage.
What a lot of pressure on him, Doug. A straight kick here, and the Saints will be in front. They look to beat inside. 10 minutes into the final quarter. There's the kick on its way, and he's offline with it. And St Kilda are frittering away opportunities. They've had 3 chances to hit the front, and they move on now to 13-13 to North Melbourne 14-10. 3 points the difference as we wait on Rantel to put the ball into play. Green had a chance, and then Young had a chance, and St Kilda and Theodore and St Kilda have missed each time. Now this kick out by Rantel was caught up with the wind and out of play on the full, and the free kick will go St Kilda's way. We're 20 minutes into the final quarter.
That's the 4th time in this term that North have kicked out of bounds on the full and kicked out of bounds badly. Here's Elliott. He's a wonderful kicker, Glenn Elliott. He kicked a goal from a similar position. It's going to be the 10-yard square. Big, hungry back fly for it. Young, he kicked it through eventually, I think. He got it. I think the second kick was the one that did it.
It was, Doug.
The first one smothered, and Young redeems it, and St Kilda hit the front, and the St Kilda stand really come to life.
Well, what an unbelievable game, really. It's been nip and tuck all day long. In the first quarter, North led by 14 points. St Kilda 5 points at half-time. North 12 points in the last quarter. They got 4 goals ahead, and now the Saints are in front. Can they keep it going? Here's a chance for them as Colin comes to the ball. He's smothered though. Look at the ugly pack. An umpire Sutcliffe, who hasn't pleased too many people today, will bounce the ball. Almost centre half forward with St Kilda in the attack and leading by 4 points. At the 3 points at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. Chance here for Count holding the ball. I didn't think he was, but umpire Sutcliffe did. And the free will go St Kilda's way.
Looks like John Stevens to take it. This is a interstate cricketer too, talking of cricket with Young, who just kicked his second goal, a long kick of Stevens. Oh, a big leap by Galton. Young again. Shoots for goal and makes it. That's his third. Well, how ironical it is, Gary Farrant has done a magnificent job on Young all day, but you can't curb the brilliance of this fella. He's a classical, old-fashioned, brilliant half-forward flanker.
Well, if sentiment comes into a dagger, I suppose we've got to be a bit sorry for North if they get beaten in this game. Getting so close to the finals for so many years, 18 years and about 331 games of league football, and they haven't made the finals in all that time. And Minot knocks the ball out. It's grabbed here, though. Picked up by North Melbourne's Dench. Into the centre of the ground it goes. A disputed mark. Grabbed here by the big fellow, Goodingham, who's been a great player for North Melbourne. St Kilda in the van, and Moran taking a beautiful... Is it Moran? It is. Taking a lovely mark to stem that forward attack by North Melbourne. Moran, no doubt, will try a long kick. He tries it towards Breen. Breen punches the ball away all too late, and the mark is taken by North Melbourne's Brightus. Brightus kicks the ball out wide. This gives the big chance to the big fellow Goodingham. Can North come back now? This is a great game. The crowd right on its toes.
Down it goes to Ryan. Ryan's the big leaper, but it comes to the ground. Picked up by Nolan. Out to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch kicking under pressure is well tackled. And they're fighting for it out again to Nolan. Nolan kicks it down to the 10-yard square and just misses. Nolan, who's kicked a couple, has been dangerous in that forward pocket, and that was a good snap under pressure. And once again, this is a Kilda player in the hands of the trainers. Green a few moments ago.
Kick in the face, Dave, and that was a bad one. Nasty one. I think it's Reynolds, is it? I'm not too sure.
Don't pick him on the ground there, but it's Cowboy Neal, the fullback, with the ball anyhow as he comes in. He and Wade have had a wonderful battle, with Wade kicking 5 goals. Out wide it goes. David Dench from behind claims it. The umpire gives it. 8 points the difference, and Dench comes in from centre wing grandstand side and kicks a long one downfield. It bounces awkwardly. Up goes Wade and thumps it to Nolan. Nolan out to Peterson. Peterson under pressure, and he's pushed to the ground. Picked up there again by Schimmelbusch. A left foot snap won't make the difference. It's marked by Nolan. Play on, says the umpire, and it's through for one behind, and that was bad luck, North Melbourne.
What a thriller it is. North Melbourne fighting back now against the breeze. Move on to 14-12. 14-12, St Kilda at 15-13, and we're 24 and a half minutes into the final quarter. Which way will this game go? The loser will miss out. And Neil's got a lead out wide there. Beautiful one from Breen, who has come up from centre half forward. Breen, a long raking kick, sending the ball out in the Manzie direction. Manzie can't mark it. In comes Trott. Trott's under pressure. Has the ball close to the boundary line. Will get a free kick for a push in the back. A free kick for a push in the back, and Lawrence is in the hands of the trainers.
Which means St Kilda, of course, are playing with 17 men at this moment. There's Barry Lawrence. He'll be back in the trade. Here's the captain, Stuart Trott. Captain Courageous tries a short one, and it's a good one too to Manzie, and Manzie takes a very, very important mark. 25 minutes gone as Manzie kicks a very long one down towards the 10-yard square. It's off direction, out of bounds on the full, and there's 7 points the difference, and St Kilda are in attack.
And we're just entering the time-on period. Which way will this game go? First one team on top and then the other.
Gumbleton kicks out. Davis is the man nearest to it. Goodingham, been a great battler all day, goes to the ground. Shadowed by Minot.
Lawrence on his feet, apparently. What a wonderful player he is.
How quick did Green pick up that centre half-back position? That was intelligent football. Here's a chance now once again. Manzie boots a long high one downfield. Underneath it, Gumbleton and Galt. Neither can take it. Behind the pack is once again Gary Farrant. Farrant tries a short one to Kelton. It's a good-looking pass, and Kelton's got it. He goes and dodges around Theodore. Held he was. Free kick to Kelton. Play on. Out it goes to David Dench. Dench will give the big one. And down they're going as Theodore goes down. And a foolish free kick, because Dench's pass was beautifully delivered and Theodore in trouble, and the mark was taken by Ryan, so Kelton will receive a blast after the match.
And look at Lawrence coming down to talk to Theodore, and Lawrence, blood pouring from his mouth as the kick comes in here short to Minot, who is all on his own, and Minot can steady. And Lawrence, the experienced players, come up to tell him to steady. No, he wasn't over the mark, Minot. He'll go back, he'll drive this well down towards the goal. No doubt he'll look for Galt. Galt is in there. He's the high flyer. Look at the magnificent kick by Minot. Up they go, and the mark nearly taken by North Melbourne. Look at the North Melbourne defence under pressure. Coming up and caught with the ball was Dent, picked up here by Stevens. There's a left foot snap, and he's got it through, I think. A weight on it, a behind. Oh, a goal there, and perhaps the Saints would have had it sewn up, but it wasn't to be. And the North Melbourne supporters breathe a sigh of relief. 27 minutes into the final quarter. St Kilda hang on, 15-14, 104, 8 points ahead of North Melbourne, 14-12, 96.
Rantel straight down the centre, which is good football. Up goes Calton, behind the pack it's Colling. Colling is going to break away and kicks it out wide to the flank. Underneath it, an awkward one for Gary Farron. Goal above him, doesn't hold it long enough. He did. He did on second bite just at the turf. What a beauty. And I think that is curtains for season 1973 for North Melbourne. Rodney Galt. He's been sporadic today, but what he's done some brilliant things. He's kicked one goal. There's 8 points the difference. 27 minutes gone. Galt 15 metres out, shoots for goal. It's a bad-looking kick, one behind. But still, there's got to be 2 goals kicked by North Melbourne in the dying moments of the game. With the breeze against them, it's a man-sized assignment.
We've had about 28 minutes of play, Doug, and the quarters have been 29-21, 29-45, 29-53, so there's not very long to go. Well, it's been a thriller. At one point in this quarter, North were 4 goals in front, and that was at about the 9-minute mark, Jack, wasn't it? Roughly the 9-minute mark. And they appear to have a wonderful chance of making the finals for the first time for 18 years, but they let the game slip away, and St Kilda appear to have it sewn up at this point of time. Not long to go. Another ball brought onto the ground as that ball was souvenired by somebody. Rantel to put the ball into play. St Kilda have taken the game right up to North now. They've got a lot of players up forward here. Here's a good kick out by Rantel. Big chance for North to mark it. It was held, beautifully held out there, and it goes to Bryce. He tries to play on. Here's Davis coming to the ball, caught with it. Gets it clear. It's picked up by Pagan. Pagan skips a short one. A chance for Manzi. Manzi dummies. Gets a hand pass to Stewie. Trott boots it in short. It wasn't well directed. It wasn't well done. Out comes David Dench. Dench gets a hand pass forward. Out it goes. Oh, North are getting into trouble as Manzi picks up the ball, drives it forward. An awkward bounce. Goes luckily towards Pagan. Pagan in turn beats the ball forward. It's grabbed here by Pretty of North Melbourne. Pretty sends the ball up towards the big fellow in Goodingham, but Trott is in there, and Trott a magnificent pass to Stevens. Not to Stevens, yes, and Stevens has wisely decided to steady at about the 30-minute mark of the final quarter, with St Kilda holding a 9-point advantage.
Stevens, another long kick. Look at it too. It's a tremendous kick by Stevens down towards goal. Gumbleton left high above goal but couldn't touch it, and through for one behind. And there's a general round of applause around the St Kilda stand for what was really a good 70-metre kick by young Johnny Stevens.
A wonderful comeback by St Kilda, Doug, when you remember they were 4 goals down at one stage in this quarter. They've had a remarkable year, you know. They've lost players and they've overcome very difficult situations, and full marks to them.
Yes, well, James, his record in the last 10 years is the best winning average of any league coach. Minot's the big leaper, picked up by Colling. Colling tries a hand pass out wide to the 20th man, Scott. Scott then has a shot for goal. This has finished it. No, it's just off direction, and that's another behind. But certainly the match is over. St Kilda, as Ken says, were 4 goals behind the 5-minute mark of the last term, and they've made a wonderful comeback. They've had the breeze in their favour, but it's not been a strong one. And here's John Rantel. Rantel not up to his brilliant season's form today. He's played a serviceable game, but not the usual one. Looking for Dench. Dench in front. Almost took a good one. Battling for it is Scott again. He's tackled but gets his foot to it out wide, and here it goes to Stevens. Stevens will shoot for goal and kicks it beautifully.
And that sews it up, Doug, for sure.
Yes, that's the end of it, and that might put Johnny Stevens into the finals himself. But he's come on replacing Davies, and it's looked very promising when he came on, and it's been a wonderful win. William's been a giant-hearted ruckman, but gradually Minot, with his persistence, has taken over with it.
Well, full marks for Kilda for the many problems they've overcome during the season. They haven't yet made the finals. It all depends on that Hawthorn-Collingwood game, of course, and a lot could depend on the final round. But bad luck for North. One can only feel sympathetic for them. They've had a great year, but they've been the improvers. And here's Scott getting the ball out cleverly for Perovic. Perovic lining up the goal, shoots it forward. It's coming up towards Galt. Galt knocks the ball down in front of him, coming out of North Melbourne to grab it through young Riders. But St Kilda in the van again, and once again it's Barry Breen. Barry Breen, who has really come back to form with a vengeance today. No two ways about it. He was recruited from Mentone in 1966, shoots the goal right on the siren of St Kilda win it, and what was the result of the shutter behind? And St Kilda defeat North Melbourne, and that puts paid to North's chances of making the finals. They had a great chance, but St Kilda too strong for them in the final quarter, and there's the scoreboard, the final score. St Kilda 16-18, 114 points to North Melbourne 14-12, 96. A great effort by North Duck, a great effort indeed.
Listening to the siren, Kim, that's the longest siren I've ever heard.